You hold Jon Ossoff. You have a lot to say about Jon Ossoff and very little to say about Donald Trump.
Because he drugged a defenseless
of women.
What about
government servant? I expect Ossoff to criticize Donald Trump. I expect every Democrat running for president to criticize Donald Trump. What I thought was appalling about this.
Welcome back to Top Debate Commentary. Today we are focusing on the most fiery, high-stakes moments from CNN's intense coverage of the backlash against Senator Jon Ossoff over his comments about Trump aide Natalie Harp. From passionate panel clashes over political chivalry and staff accountability to a sharp visual supercut exposing partisan double standards, this segment delivers raw, unscripted cable news drama at its finest. We are zeroing in on the top 3 most engaging sections of the debate, where conservative commentator Scott Jennings faces off against host Abby Phillip and the rest of the panel in a battle over media ethics, personal attacks, and political hypocrisy. Stick around as we break down every verbal sparring match, key argument, and dramatic confrontation in this must-watch political showdown.
I expect Ossoff to criticize Donald Trump. I expect every Democrat running for president to criticize Donald Trump. What I thought was appalling about this is that Harp is not a public figure. She's not a household name. Nobody knows who she is. And when he injected her into this, he knew what he was doing, which is punching down on someone who's effectively defenseless.
Doesn't Donald Trump do that all the time?
All the time.
I mean,
what do you mean? He's doing it right now while we're here. Guys, there's no rule. There are no rules anymore. Donald Trump broke all of those.
Are you defending
Rob Reiner dies. Donald Trump cheers his death. There are no rules anymore.
Robert Mueller dies. He defends his death.
Hold on. There are no rules anymore. You might not like it. Donald Trump is the king of trolls. What I find amazing is that the best trolls can't take incoming. I don't care who they are.
Is she a troll?
But they can't. No, but Trump is. Okay,
I know, but he didn't insult Trump. He insulted
but the right
female
but the right
defend herself.
She's a White House staff.
She's not a troll.
She's a White House staff
The right
member.
cannot take any
Here's the
incoming.
deal. It's not the right, and it's not Trump. It's a single defenseless woman.
She's not defenseless.
What about Richard Freeman and Jay Moss?
Caitlin Collins asks a real question, and Trump demeans her every single solitary day.
Let me go ahead and just play it, because there's just such a long history of this. Trump punching down, insulting women. Let's just play it.
Scott, never complaining about it.
In this electrifying section of the debate, conservative commentator Scott Jennings steps up to passionately defend White House aide Natalie Harp, forcefully arguing that Senator Jon Ossoff engaged in a classic case of political punching down. Jennings frames Ossoff's rally comments not merely as an attack on an executive staffer, but as a low blow directed at a female assistant who lacks an equal media platform to defend herself. His deliberate use of language immediately heightens the emotional and gendered stakes in the room, shifting the argument from standard campaign rhetoric to a matter of personal chivalry and political decorum. However, as Jennings presses his point, you can see the visible pushback across the panel. Opposing commentators quickly challenge his premise, arguing that anyone operating within the immediate orbit of presidential decision-making naturally subjects themselves to public scrutiny. The dynamic here creates peak television friction as the panel deadlocks over where the line between a protected administrative staffer and a legitimate political target truly lies.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
But what we want to do is to replenish the Social Security Trust Fund.
You are the worst reporter. No wonder CNN has no ratings because of people like you. You know, she's a young woman. I don't think I've ever seen you smile. I've known you for 10 years. I don't think I've ever seen a smile on your face.
Well, I'm asking you about survivors of Jeffrey Epstein.
You know what?
Unbelievable.
Quiet, Piggy. I mean, Scott.
Excuse me, sorry.
Dan's question was pretty straightforward. If you're going to be outraged over traveling on a plane with Natalie, are you going to be outraged over all those things?
I do not believe in demeaning women in any way, number one. Number two.
So did the president demean women, and was that unacceptable?
The issue I have with this
Are you outraged or not about that?
The issue
Are you outraged?
The issue I have with
The energy in the studio shifts completely during this segment as the broadcast cuts away from panel crosstalk to air a curated supercut, highlighting Donald Trump's extensive history of sharp personal insults aimed at prominent women in politics and journalism. This visual mounting of evidence serves as a direct, undeniable counterargument to Scott Jennings' demands for political chivalry. By placing these real-world clips back-to-back, the segment visually dismantles the conservative defense, exposing what the rest of the panel characterizes as blatant selective outrage. As the supercut plays, the contrast between the outrage directed at Jon Ossoff's brief remark and the years of unfiltered rhetoric from the top of the Republican ticket becomes impossible to ignore. The visual narrative here delivers a powerful punch, demonstrating how archival footage can be weaponized in real time to expose partisan double standards and completely reframe the ongoing panel debate.
Jon Ossoff, you have a lot to say about Jon Ossoff and very little to say about Donald Trump.
Because he
and
drug a
his
defenseless
of women.
What about
government servant through the mud, and he deserves it.
Ruby Freeman,
The president of the United States does that on a regular basis to women.
So she deserves
government workers, and Donald Trump attacked them. What did you say about that,
Does she deserve it?
What did you say about that, Scott?
Okay, nobody is saying that, first of all, that she deserves anything.
You seem to be defending.
But the only
Scott,
point, the only thing that we are saying is that if you're going to be mad at Jon Ossoff over saying he likes to the president likes to travel with her, you should be mad about the president calling a reporter doing her job piggy.
Be consistent, Scott.
That's a pretty simple thing.
Consistent.
Not controversial. It's pretty simple.
Scott.
We gotta.
It's what it takes to be a Democrat. Drag defenseless women through the mud.
You're not the victim here, Scott.
Drag defenseless women through the mud.
You are not the victim here. You are the perpetrator of Donald Trump's fraud on the American people. So
all right. I don't know. I don't know why we have to insist on
defend him every time.
I don't know why we have to insist on describing Natalie again, a 35-year-old woman. She's a government employee. As a defenseless
she has no microphone.
Woman.
Nor did Ruby Freeman or Shane Moss.
She, like everybody else.
In the dramatic climax of the broadcast, CNN host Abby Phillip steps directly into the fray, confronting Scott Jennings head-on in a sharp exchange that steals the entire show. Phillip calls out Jennings' focus with laser precision, highlighting how he has spent the entire segment passionately dissecting a single offhand remark from Jon Ossoff, while offering zero criticism for years of aggressive personal rhetoric from Donald Trump. Jennings is forced into a defensive posture as Phillip presses him on this clear disparity in standards, creating an unscripted, high-tension moment between anchor and panelist. This exchange captures the absolute core of modern political media battles, the fight over journalistic consistency versus partisan narrative control. It provides a masterclass in direct, real-time accountability on live television. That wraps up today's breakdown of this intense cable news clash. If you enjoyed this analysis, make sure to hit that like button, leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Top Debate Commentary for more daily breakdowns.